All right, this is Matt Callahan coming to you with a brief tutorial on MIPS. We're going to start by talking about a little bit about the history here. As you know, the federal government, Medicare, and CMS have been struggling for years to reduce costs. And in 2015, the sustainable growth rate system was phased out. The SGR was phased out and introduced a transition from fee-for-service reimbursement to value-based reimbursement. Initially, we had the legacy program, what are now legacy programs, of PQRS and meaningful use, among others, but these have been phased out. Recently, the latest CMS rule was introduced, which is MACRA, which is Medicare Access and CHIP Reauthorization Act, which is the new value-based or performance-based reimbursement program. Just a note here that this was a bicameral, bipartisan act of the Congress of the United States to introduce this. So this program is not going away, all right? Two components to MACRA, okay, is the APM model, which is alternative payment models, which we're really not going to talk about much today. I want to focus on MIPS, which is Merit-Based Incentive Payment System, okay? And this is an outpatient-based program that provides for reimbursement of Medicare funds. It's strictly for Medicare providers. So if you're a pediatrician or an obstetrician who deals with a non-Medicare based population, this really doesn't apply to you. You have to take care of 100 Medicare patients per year and bill at least $30,000 to participate in this program. Now, there are four components to MIPS, all right? The first is quality. The second is advancing care. The third is improvement activities, and the fourth aspect is cost. Now, the quality measures reporting. Basically, you can think of this as what was PQRS. It is a self-selected set of measures. And basically, you have options. So you basically have to report 6 out of 300 options that are listed evidently on the CMS website or in the CMS program. Now, advancing care, which was meaningful use, we don't use the meaningful use term anymore, evidently, but the advancing care measures are mandated. And these are designed to be a reflection of how you use your electronic healthcare record. So there are basic measures that are mandated. There are optional measures that are required, and then there's an option for a bonus. And just so you understand, there are scores that you develop for each one of these categories. And all these scores then are calculated into a composite score that goes into calculating eventually your reimbursement. A new category is improvement activities. And basically, this is things like surveys or other programs. And you have to choose 4 programs from 90 activities spread over 9 categories. And examples of these would be patient access analysis, coordination of care assessment, and patient safety programs. Just backtracking a bit, as far as the meaningful use measures, you'll remember from those of us who use electronic records, we're already doing e-prescribing, we're documenting electronic access for patients, and we're using summaries. We're sending and receiving summaries. So those are examples under this. Now, the cost reporting is initially, we're not going to be reporting costs in 2017. This reporting period starts January 1st, 2017. So they decided a few months ago that 2017, rather than being the absolute hard start, would be a transition year or a test year. So they've devised 3 methods by which we can begin reporting in 2017. And the first is that an individual or group can report some of their data. For example, they can report 1 quality measure, or 5 advancing care measures, or 1 improvement activity. Cost assessment will not be done in 2017. The second way you can begin reporting is for a 90-day period. And you can report during that 90-day period starting anywhere from January 1st to October 2nd. The third option is to report all your data for the entire year. And that option will give you the greatest chance for getting the most adjustment. If you report the basic qualifying data, you will be neutral in 2018, meaning you won't lose anything. If you don't report at all, if you don't participate in MIPS and you take care of Medicare patients, you will receive a 4% reduction in Medicare reimbursement in 2018, and it goes down thereafter. Whereas if you report as per their requirements, you have the potential to gain significantly, and it's basically a zero-sum game, meaning those who don't report or who don't qualify will fund the extra reimbursement to those who do. So that by 2021, you'll see here that 2017, quality will make up 60% of the reporting, advancing care 25%, improvement activities 15% of the composite score, cost will be 0%. But by 2021, it'll be 30, 25, 15, and costs will make up 30% of reporting requirements. And it looks like they're going to use, your assessment on Medicare claims will be used to really tighten up the expenditures for those who are participating in Medicare. I think that this will become, these reporting requirements are complicated, but this will be in a class by itself. And I think it'll be very difficult in the next 5 years, not only to keep up with some of these requirements without expert advice, but I think cost reporting will be even more complicated. So that's basically a real brief, down and dirty review of the MIPS program. I hope this was helpful.